Hello, hello, hello. So good to see you, my brother. Deva, how are you, man?
So nice to be back with the two of you. I'm doing very well. Yes.
Yes.
Trying to get as extraordinary as the two of you are.
Well, we love you. We missed you. And yeah, it's been a while,
We were
man.
supposed to see you in Mexico.
That's right.
We were
Yeah.
supposed to be there live at the end of the year, at the end of 20. When was it now? At the end of 2020.
That's right.
And then we didn't end up coming to Mexico. That it's not because I'll just say we would have come to Mexico. It wasn't because of COVID we didn't come. It's because, well, it sort of is. I was having eye surgery and they told me if I left the country, the physicians told me that if I left the country, they would make me wait extra quarantine time to get the surgeries. So since we saw you last, I had 3 eye surgeries.
And
Wow.
it's literally takes a month for her to get back to normal.
Oh, this has been more. This last surgery
Yeah,
has been
so this last surgery has taken her well over a month for it to actually get to the point where she sees pretty well.
where
in
I
that
could
eye.
drive.
And the next eye, that one's coming.
I'm not doing it till after the summer because I want to
right.
swim.
Right.
Anyway, that is why I was afraid if I went to Mexico, that would jeopardize my surgery schedule. I didn't want that to happen. So that's really why we didn't come, because we weren't afraid.
Right.
We were not
Gotcha.
afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Well, listen, what's up, man? How you been? You
how
look
you
great.
been since Too Hot to Handle?
Yeah.
Still too hot to handle. What are you talking about? Yeah, life has been good. Yeah, of course, COVID kind of slowed things down in terms of being able to do retreats and such. However, man, like the online boom has been like wonderful, and it's been like special to be able to still engage with an audience that loves to learn about sexuality and transform their inner hearts and their lives around their relationships and how they create. And so I'm still creating. I still have that fire inside of me. And yeah, I recently got engaged, which was a
Wow.
big, beautiful thing. Yeah. And so my love and I we're on that journey now of the depth and the deepening. And I think it's time. I've had many relationships, and it's really time for me to deepen my connections. And so I created an anchor and I said, "Will you be my beautiful bride?" I sang this song to her, and I'm
Oh.
choosing to maintain that anchor for a long time to come.
Well,
Wow,
congratulations.
congratulations. I remember when we were in Mexico 2 years ago, you said to me, "How am I going to meet somebody who really gets me?" And I said, we had this whole conversation about it. So you obviously have met somebody who really gets you. That's
Yes,
so great.
That is so beautiful.
it feels so good. Yes, yes.
Well,
She's a grad, and so she's really, really about that deepening and that shamanic, sexual journey. And so we've been having some beautiful growth together. Also a breath worker, beautiful breath worker.
Well, yeah, and congratulations. And can we ask who's the lucky girl?
You're
Yeah,
going to meet her. You're going
You're
to
gonna
meet
meet
her
her.
in 2 weeks.
I am.
She's coming here.
Woo!
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
coming
yeah.
to Arizona and she's going to visit.
That's exciting. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, you can also check her out. Leah Barsher is her name. And her work is phenomenal in terms of breath work. If y'all haven't done deep breath work, whoa, mind blowing where you can go with that. No need for any drugs, psychedelics, just
That's
breathe
right.
deeply. It's amazing.
Yes, absolutely. You can create a DMT release just through breath work, just through doing circular breath. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So great.
Well, so she might be somebody we'd like to have on the program. Like, no
There you
kidding.
go.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Mhm.
All right, so let's do this because I want to dive right in to what you've been doing. What's up next? I put a couple questions together for you, and the first one is this: what is the primary focus for improving our lives? And I hope I said that right. What is one of the primary focus for improving our lives?
I love that. Wow. I feel honored even being asked that question. Just asking that question is like, whoa, mind blowing, you know? So thank you for like even receiving a suggestion that I would put out there. Amazing question. Um, so speaking of what we just talked about, right? I had an experience 2 years ago where I went through an ego death using a psychedelic, and it took me 2 years to recover. I had a major collapse in terms of mentally and post-traumatic stress disorder. It was really intense. So using breath work and using alternatives like tantra and working with the way that we connect, I learned through that process. Thankfully, I learned a lesson from it, you know, and it gave me something inspirational. And I know people use these things because they're looking for inspiration in their life. You know, what's going to help me, you know, finally break through and finally change my life. And so I did it with that idea, like, okay, maybe this will do something good for me. And it really wrecked me physically, but I finally received a message. The main message was like, I don't need to do this to get this message.
Right.
Okay, that's the first main one. Need to, you know, take psychedelics or take drugs of any sort to get these messages.
Right.
However, I learned the true essence of what it means to have a story and to be living based on some kind of a story about how we interpret life. And when we are affixed to believing in this is the way, or this is what's right for me, or worse, for other people, or what have you, and we're fixing that story, then we're limiting our freedom to live and the way that we can live and choose to live in our
That's
life.
so good. Limiting
And so-
beliefs.
Yeah, and so when I had this experience, it completely like annihilated any story. And so there was a downside to that because I had no holding on to any story, and I had to fight through depression. I had like a very severe depression that came about because of it. Because then it was like all of a sudden life was meaningless. I had no meaning for life. I was like, what am I even doing here? There's no meaning. But in the other breath of that, not having a story meant no drama.
Right.
There was no drama whatsoever. I had zero story for this short period of time. And I had to eventually get back to allowing some significance in my life to be there. And so it was having the freedom of choice to say, oh, I'm going to now choose to, just bathe in the beauty of an ideology of some sort that allows me to love my life, allows me to say yes to living and love my life. To come from zero story to then say, okay, now it's almost like samadhi. It's almost like some kind of enlightenment, but I was on the other end. I was on like the death portal of like zero, like nothingness, like the black hole. So coming out of that, still there was a gift in that, because it was like coming from not holding on to anything to then choosing to not necessarily hold on, but to having a real yes for what I'm choosing without attachment for outcome or for what that really is. And so that freedom, to just taste that freedom, I think is a really powerful thing. And now when I'm working with clients and seeing them in their story, right, and seeing like all the things that are pulling them apart and tearing them up, and they're so focused on, how terrible it is or how hard it is because they're so story centered, I can see that. And love is amazing. Love that they're enjoying their story, because I was at a point where I couldn't even enjoy any story. So it's like, wow, this is amazing how much like passion you have around this particular subject of your parents or of your girlfriend or boyfriend. They're passionate in some way. They have some kind of care because they're crying about it or because they're upset about it. That's beautiful. I can actually come from that space, being that I had no care, like nothing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So just that recognition to like, oh, there is a story. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I'm attached to it. Wow. Can I separate myself from that connection and love the possibilities of saying yes to what I really, really want, and really no longer identifying oneself as the story, really seeing that, no, I am not that. And that I can choose to love or not love, or suffer or not suffer, or things. It's that freedom, that essence.
That's beautiful.
My experience in my life thus far.
Wow.
So I hope that was helpful for your question.
Well,
It was a great answer,
I'm
and it was a great
experiencing you
question.
as very, very deep right now in this moment. Like I'm experiencing you, how deep this transformation has been for you, bro. Wow. Like
It's
you're a
awesome.
whole new level. You're
Yeah.
on a whole different
You're
level.
in the transpersonal, and Ista, we would say that you're living in the transpersonal. Like you're living, they would call it a level 2 experience. Because in level 1, and you'll see in level 1, everything's about your personality and everything that your story is and everything that you're attached to and who you are, who you are, who you are. And then in level 2, we kill you. And we kill people and we say, like, you're going to spend 4 days in the underworld dead. And like, you can't be attached to any of that. You don't even have a name.
Yeah.
And so I get it. I mean, I receive you. Well, we both do. I mean, I'm not if you don't, tell me, but I think you really do. Like, we both get it. And that's so deep. And it's so, I mean, what you're talking about is like half the world's suffering is because of that story.
Yeah.
Now the passion is there, but you can be passionate without being attached to the story. And like, I think that's what most people come to transformation for, find themselves in Tantra or find themselves taking ayahuasca or whatever the thing is. They're all looking for something, some answer. And the answer is really, like, how attached to your story are you? Like, and are you willing to just look at that for a minute?
Yes.
So that's beautiful. That's so, I loved it. It warmed me all up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for receiving me, and thank you for that.
Yeah. What a great question, Michael. What else you got for him?
Well, the other question, no, this is really good because what's a common challenge you see people face when it comes to sex?
Okay. Yeah. The number one common challenge is that specifically speaking to male-bodied people, or just men that love women, the number one common challenge is that they don't want to look at what's really going on. And that was me. I grew up, and I'm just gonna be very like raw and vulnerable here. Like I grew up like really, not, I wouldn't say machismo, but definitely chauvinistic, and not seeing the subtleties in that. And I didn't have like this, I'm great in bed. As a matter of fact, I had the opposite. I had a lot of insecurities. So I learned how to like use my hands really well and like do these kind of wonderful things. Yeah, lots of insecurity.
I Googled it, man.
Google it, right? Like, what the hell? What do I do, right?
Yeah.
And, because porn, which I was watching at that time, was a real strong influence. And then saying like, wow, okay, I already like, beat the stick and was done, and this guy is still going. Okay, I can't do that. And like just feeling a lot of insecurity based on watching porn and based on these ideologies that we see in movies and in TV about what women want, which is really nonsense, right?
Right.
So there's a facade
Porn.
of
I like to say this way. Porn.
Yeah.
Porn is what men think women like.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
always shot that way, Like,
Yeah.
come all over her face and her tits, and oh, she loves that.
No,
Yeah.
she doesn't.
I don't think so.
She doesn't. Anyway, go ahead. Keep going.
Sorry. Keep going, brother.
There's a woman who does a TED Talk on that.
Yep.
She does a TED Talk where she says, right to the audience, if you're squeamish about talking about sex, close your ears right now. And then she says, no, I don't love when you come on my face. That's what she says. Right to the TED Talk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. So many influences in that way. Definitely had that spinning in my head for decades. Still does. Like, yeah, that sounds great. And the mind that was, of course, conditioned from a teenager.
Yeah.
Growing through my life.
Mm.
And so I see the condition. I see the male condition. Now that I've, of course, like matured a lot, I see my own condition that's still there. And then I'm able to relate in that way and say, wow, okay, I see this condition. And then trying to find an access point that allows them to start to slowly expose the sides of them that they're not willing to expose. I think that's the number one challenge.
Yeah.
To be able to say, like, hey, you treat your woman as if you're just masturbating in her.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you literally go into lovemaking with a pornographic idea about how it should be. I remember when I was in middle school and I heard a high school boy we were watching TV together, and he says, yeah, it doesn't matter about who the person is, whether they have a face or not, right? We just fuck them, and it's a sport that they're looking at it as if they do look at other sports. Playing basketball, you just want to beat the other person, like it's a competition.
Right.
Right.
So they're bringing that into our relationships. We're bringing that into our marriages, where we're sport fucking as if, oh yeah, I got her, or I won this over. A lot of the Asian sex is this way too, where it's like you're trying to win, and it's a battle, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so, so observing this, I recognize, okay, there's already a facade that I need to get past to then get to the beauty of the possibilities that can arise when working with, a couple or working with an individual like a male.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
It's
so
great.
good. I mean, so well said. We were talking about this a little bit right before we got here. And I had mentioned that I was, porn is good for getting you off, but it's not something you want to take to the relationship.
It's not educational.
No way. And you just, the way you just said it was so perfect. I wish I would have been able to say it that way, but that is a sentiment, really. We use porn. We do. We take porn and then we turn it towards our lover and go, I know what to do. And she's looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing?
You crazy.
Like, where are you at? Most of the time it's like, we're, like you said, it's a game. It is a sport, and you don't have to be fully present to the person. You be present to the activity or the sport. And that's got to feel like shit for women. For anybody.
On the other side of that is the shadow of the female pleaser that wants to please that and dismisses her own choice, her own inner needs, her own, desire to step forward and say, hey, can it move in this direction? To step into her male counterpart inside and be like, I'm choosing this. I'm saying yes in this direction. And so what you see is what I see normally as a dynamic of, he's kind of like leading the way in the way he thinks is good based on pornography, and then she is allowing, right, and trying to please the experience and stepping aside from her desires and her own needs and her own pleasures.
Right.
And for the falling apart relationship, of course, she's trying to take herself back, right?
Yeah.
And then in the same breath, he's protecting himself from this, again, in a shadowy sense, this withholding of love. It doesn't have to be that way. You can come forth with full love and be like, hey, my husband or whoever it is, this male counterpart, I love you and I'm choosing this. It doesn't have to be a withholding of love.
Right.
So sexually, there is a lot more emotional needs that need to be cared for and looked at than the actual physical act and like focusing on the physical act.
Right.
That's almost like Yeah, that's almost like the easier part. It's like, oh yeah, you put your body parts together like this and this, or look at a Kama Sutra book. Look at a Kama Sutra book.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not so interested in that. I mean, I have a whole book that I wrote that talks a lot about how to last long. I'm interested in this, in like keeping the bodies together for longer periods of time, so that making of love has time to be made, to be created, to be fulfilled, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily interested in like how to somehow like, force a certain kind of outcome. Specifically for a lot of male counterparts, they want to try to create the orgasm, and
Yeah.
I'm going to force that on her and make it happen to her, which is not. Which it should almost be like I like saying it this way. It should almost be like an accident, like the orgasm.
That's so
Hit that
great.
again.
Great,
Wow. Where'd
like
that come
wow, your
from?
orgasm, that's wonderful, but not the goal or the focus, and trying to mask, to emasculate the experience, like to try to make it masculine. It's
Yeah.
more like give spaciousness to it and be connected.
Yeah,
And see the beauty of the connection.
That's so beautiful. That's so tantric.
it is.
I love that.
And it's so right on.
It's so right on.
It's the space of pleasure that your partner can ride until, like you said, like it's an accident. Like it's sort of like the ocean doing the thing that it does, and having that nice hour-long, 2-3 hour-long space of just pleasure, just heightened pleasure. And if an orgasm
Occurs.
if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, she's still satiated. She still feels that. She's like, oh,
Yeah,
this
she
is
feels
so
the
good.
attention. She feels the presence. She feels the space to be, to
Yeah.
just be. So yeah, so good.
I feel
And
like
things like orgasmic heart experiences can occur. This is why like I titled my whole business like Orgasmic Heart, is because I want people to focus beyond the genitals when it comes to sexually relating. That sexuality goes well beyond the genital connection or what you're doing with your cock and balls or whatever it is that you're trying to figure out, or the vagina, like the yoni or these things. It's like, hey, these are beautiful conduits and they have electricity there, and you can put your positive and negative polarity together and really create a magnetism and a charge. That's wonderful, but that's only one part. There's also the magnetism between the hearts, between the lips, between the eyes. There's so much more that can be done beyond the bodies, in the terms of the energetic bodies being connected. There's so much that goes well beyond the genitals.
oh,
That's
You have
so
to get
good.
the emotional body
there is so
alive
much.
in order for that to happen.
There
Let's see
is
what's
so much.
Let's see what some people are saying. in the
Carezza
chat.
said, "Orgasmic living, baby." She's like, "Bring pleasure into all of life." That's right.
So good.
And CSDW had a question. It was about cunnilingus. It was about mouth on vagina, or mouth on, I'm sorry, vulva, pleasuring, and what are some those techniques and ways to do it. And that's something I love to do. I really enjoy getting down to business.
But here's the whole point of what Dev is saying, and also
Yeah.
the point of what Michael would say is, CSDW, just so you know, they're saying, don't worry about technique, be present, and when you're in the presence and you have spaciousness and you're available to make love, you will discover what your partner or any partner wants. You will discover it based on paying attention, as opposed to thinking you know something about something. Like don't know anything. Go to the bedroom with beginner's mind and you'll have a better time than if you know something. Like, really. This is no joke what these men are talking about. This is no joke. Like,
Yeah.
you could do tongue exercises. You could twist a cherry stem together and do that thing with the tongue and
Right.
put your tongue into a shot glass. Who cares? Do you know what? Like, in the long term, I won't care about that. What I would care about is Am I being touched the way I want to be touched? Can I slow him down a little bit? Can I speed him up if I want to be sped up to? Can I pull his head into me? Can I? Is he
Oh, I love that.
available?
Oh, it's so good.
Is he available to listen to my body and to what I want? And if he's not, like, I don't care what he knows. All the cherry stems in the world are not going to make me want him. Just saying.
It's true.
I mean, I
Yeah.
know people who can do that. I can't do it.
I mean, I can twist a cherry stem into.
You can?
Yeah, but it's not something I did to learn how to lick a yoni. It was something I did because somebody bet me $1 I couldn't.
Awesome.
All right, Deva's doing so really well, so let's ask him another question.
Well, yeah,
But the cunnilingus thing, like, and
Yeah.
you, I think, answered it well. Like, there, there's a lot more than just what the tongue is doing. Is he connecting to you with your eyes? Is he paying attention to your body? Are you sharing with him? Oh, I really love that. Please do more of that. Are you giving him the signals and the cues that are really like good for you? And like make it an act of discovery, like Lauren was saying, like make it an act of discovery. Like, hey, I want to discover you. I want to pretend like I knew nothing about this body of yours. And each day a woman's body can change completely. And so let's see what today is going to bring, and like have a really good
So
time.
good. So
and
good.
it's so good. The moment is the most important thing. And I don't know. I've never coined a phrase around this, but maybe I can articulate it in some way. But the moment that you're in is the most important thing. Being present to a past and a future,
Or to what you tried before.
right, it is, although it holds value, the moment is where we're at. We're right here, right now, right now, right now, always right now. And so when you're making love, and this is for men to women, because this is my experience, when making love or when you're having a sexual experience, knowing that she is in a certain space in her cycle. Every woman is different. Every woman has been raised differently. Every woman has had, maybe different siblings, maybe no siblings. Every woman is different. Every woman has a different need in the moment. Some women have been traumatized. Some women have been traumatized and worked their way through it. And others have been, are in a place where their needs have not been met in an emotional way, although their sexual needs get met all the time. And so to be an extraordinary lover, what I tell men is you've got to be present to the woman you're with. It's so vitally important. I could teach you technique all day long, but if you're not present, you may use the wrong technique at the wrong moment and cause trauma that you didn't intend to.
Right.
So it's important that right now is what matters.
I have to shake that off.
Yes. Wow, so good.
Yeah.
And then you just mentioned, Michael, men, learn about female cycles. Learn about the seasons. Season spring, summer, winter, fall. Learn about what happens in ovulation. Try to be an expert at this, because it will change your relationship drastically. Where you're like, okay, she's coming into fall. There's some emotional changes here. I got you. I'm here for you. I can give that space that you need, and just work with it rather than making it a problem. Really see beauty in cycles and the changes.
Yes.
That's so good.
It's natural. It's nature.
I saw a cartoon. I have a friend who's doing a campaign called My Little Yoni, and she makes little yoni dolls, key rings, and stuff like that.
Like My Little Pony, but
My Little Yoni. And she's
That's brilliant.
You can look her up on Instagram, Ariel White. Anyway, Ariel made a cartoon this week on Facebook where it showed a guy watching TV, and there was all this violence. Like there was guns and there was blood everywhere, like, some of the shows that we see on TV. And then there was a picture of a pad with a little blood on it. And the guy was like, oh my God. That was the most clever thing that I've seen. It's like, Men will go like all over the place to
Wow.
watch shooting and fighting and blood, but like a little blood on a pad, and it was like, oh, that's terrible. That's disgusting.
That is fucking hilarious.
I saw that this week.
Wow.
That's
So
great.
you two
You
are.
gotta send me that. You gotta send me that. I gotta share that one.
That's
I
some,
have
that's
to
some funny
find it.
shit right there.
My little Yoni on
funny.
Instagram. She's
Love it.
awesome. She's really awesome.
That's
So, what other
awesome.
question did you have for him?
Oh, well, I got one more. These are written down, so
Yeah, that's what I
forgive
know.
me for being so.
Michael prepared for you, Deva. That's an honor. Like
Love it.
a lot of times we just shoot from the hip, but he prepared.
Yeah, and well, so and Deva, you've been working on, you've been creating programs. You've got a lot of stuff going on in your life right now, and I want to give people access to you. So, what is one of the best ways to explore your work more deeply, and how can people be in touch with you and really find connect to you?
Okay, great. Yeah, let's dive in on this.
Yeah.
I absolutely love, and when I say love, I mean love being able to work with people one-on-one or in groups. And it's every time it's like an honor. I still feel it. And I've been 15 years in front of groups, right? And I still feel like, wow, even if it's one person, I'm like, wow, this person is here and they're sharing their vulnerabilities with me so openly, and they want to like dive in and learn more, and like it's like an honor. It's just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I see them come out and feeling alive and feeling love and feeling, breaking through with tears, I'm like, wow, it's always amazing for me. It never gets boring or tired. You can contact me anytime, like, hey, I have something I really want to work on. I am here, 100%.
Beautiful.
Yeah, 100%. The ways that I usually show up is like this. I have a site. It's called orgasmicheart.com. Very simple.
Michael's
And-
putting it in the chat.
Yeah, and on my site, I have my free offer, which is called The Amazing Lover. And what that does is it gives you free videos as well as a full booklet that goes into the female body people and how they can learn how to explore the depths of their pleasure and bringing it alive. Most of it was written based on my teachers, my female teachers. So it's not a male telling a female how to be. I learned it from my female teachers. And they told me what's up, and then I tried it and I was like, oh, that works. So I shared it with a woman and said, oh, that works. So it's not from me. This is something I learned.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's been a very beautiful and insightful to help females on that side of things. And there's a whole other side that's for the male body. Yes, I'm a male body person, so I have a lot to share on that. And it talks about lasting longer, which I definitely couldn't last long. Give me 30 seconds, I'm done, right? That's completely changed.
That's good.
Completely changed. Over the years, and I have methods that can be helpful. There's about 20 of them inside of this book, and I have, of course, videos as well that you get for free. So please dive in, don't be shy. Start looking at it. It's all private, in your own home, and you can start learning in these ways. And you can send me emails, and if you have a quick question, I'm happy to answer it. No problem. Doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
If you want to work one-on-one, we can go deeper in that. It's also okay. I now have premium courses that work with the male body and the female body. One is called Orgasmic Touch, and it's about how to touch the body in this beautiful way. I've watched Mike do it, learned from him as well. When he was doing a demo, I was like, yes, okay, this is how you do it,
Thank
It's
you.
a wonderful thing, and very important to know how to touch, and how to touch slowly, how to touch with dedication and with devotion. It's very important to learn this skill. And so it goes deeply into that. And then I have for the male body as well, how to make the man stronger, more vigor, last longer, and have profound multi-orgasmic experiences. And so these are two trainings that you can purchase and be able to go deep with how to work with your hands and work with your body and build that. There's also an energy body practice for those who want to experience more energy body orgasms, tantric orgasms, and how to move that through your body. That I love because that was like the next level. The first level was like, hey, get your physical on, learn about how to engage, sexually. That's beautiful. And, and really fine tune that and create the subtleties. Eventually, the subtleties go beyond the body.
That's right.
And when it goes beyond
That's
the
right.
body, oh my God, it's like a whole new world opens up in terms of how you can explore with one another. And there's no more getting bored. I mean, you can certainly learn a lot more from Laurie Handlers about like 50 and beyond, and in terms of like keeping your sex life alive. And one of them
Definitely.
certainly energy body and being able to move orgasmic energy beyond your genitalia. And I try to speak literally. I'm not really a tantric or, in this way. I mean, I've learned a lot from tantric teachers, but I try to speak very frank and very literal in order to get people to really know this from a sense of like, the average American would want to know that doesn't go to yoga or go to, India and like meditate at a temple. You can do bioenergetic body practices, moving your body. Very simple, nothing spiritual. Just move your body, work with it. Maybe you'll have a spiritual experience. You don't have to approach it in that way.
Right
It doesn't have to
on.
be esoteric. You just kind of move your body and feel your energy. Something as simple as this is like the easiest thing you usually do. You can feel your energy and get accustomed to that, build a relationship with that. And as you become intimate with your energy body, which is just your energy, it's like nothing esoteric, you'll be able to then move that energy in the body, breathe that energy through the body, and have magnificent experiences beyond anything you could ever imagine. And
That's
since
right.
that's happened to me, my life has changed dramatically, and
This-
that's why I share it.
This is so good. I mean, we actually, you're answering questions that are popping up in the chat, and as they're asking it, like you're actually answering the question.
Magical manifestations, huh?
Really great. Like you got it going on. Seriously. And one of the things that got asked recently or just now was, really talking about what our partner wants and needs, and then what they love, and you're alluding to it. You're leaning into it, but I want to step on it. I don't want to just lean on it. I want to step on it and deal with it. And that is, how do you know what your partner even likes? How do you know what your partner wants? Right? Having those conversations, or being able to somehow intuit, because I think for the most part, my lover
Da, da,
loves
da.
it when I can intuit what she wants next. And but I think the part about actually knowing and getting an answer or finding out from your partner, what is it that they like or want, and how do I get there? How do I get them there? I guess is the question. Making sure that their pleasure, that they're getting the pleasure that they desire, and I'm not just coming and then we're all done. Could you speak to that for just a moment?
Yes. To actually even sum up and finalize everything on orgasmicheart.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To speak to this directly, there's a heart warrior training, as you were mentioning from the Two Out to Handle TV show.
That's right.
The heart warrior training is to help you get out of your own freaking way.
Yes.
We get out of your way. We've mentalized way too much. How do I do this? What technique do I need to do? And all these different things. And if we just work on ourselves, become a bit selfish in that way, in that sense, right? Like, I'm going to work on me and get my shit correct. Can I cuss? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Get my stuff correct, right? Once I'm correct and I'm clear and I'm heart-centered, right? Think of self-centered as heart-centered. I am heart-centered and choosing to come forward from the heart with love and loving my partner, and that person feeling that love, and you're choosing that your intuitive centers open as well. They will naturally begin to open. You will naturally begin to feel your partner more and be able to intuit exactly what is wanting to surface in the experience together. enjoy the beauty of what is being formed between the two of you. So it's even almost no longer about you or your partner, but about what is coming, what is evolving from that moment, from that experience in that moment. But you got to get yourself correct, right? So
That's right.
that's about is for
That's
you to
right.
realize, okay, I've been fucking hiding. One, I've been hiding from myself. I've been hiding from other people. I am not revealing my true self. And really dig deep and find where is the bullshit? Where is it? I'm hiding from myself and I am not allowing myself to be liberated and magnificent, because you're a magnificent being. You're a magnificent human being. All of us are. And we can choose that by first digging down inside and saying, okay, where am I not real? The second aspect of that then is to reveal yourself, come true, come alive. Let your vulnerabilities be seen. And in those vulnerabilities, you will crack yourself open. She will crack herself open. There's more availability, possibility for depth. Maybe she's not open to you as fully as she can be. Open yourself and you will align yourself with an open human being.
That is so
That's
good.
absolutely it. If you're opening and she's not opening, your eyes are not open. Like, whoa, who is this person am I with? And things can shift. They may shift in many different directions. Who knows? But don't be afraid of that. Come
That
alive.
is so good.
That is so good.
I love the way you said it. It's beautiful. It's like how you spoke was like a symphony.
Yes.
It was like this. It was like music. Like, yes, I danced to that music. Yes, yes, yes. I got to tell you, for me, when I first left like the corporate world and I started studying Tantra, like the first day I had experiences like that. It didn't take long. It's a fast path. When you start looking inward and you do bioenergetics, movement and sound and breath, and you move energy, all of a sudden the coming alive comes like alive. Like, oh, I'm so surprised. Oh, I have this. Oh, I'm like this. Oh my goodness. It's fast. And it's also it's beautiful. It's like finding seashells, but they're inside. It's like this beautiful study. So thank you for saying that. I was just like, I was dancing when I was listening to you. It was so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beautiful.
so great. Now I want to share something with you about him and me. I once said to him, we were making love and I said to him, oh my God, don't stop. And he did. And I found that almost every man that I've ever been with, when I said, oh, that's so good. Oh my God, that's so good. Oh, don't stop. Oh my God. They always change. And I would go like, what the fuck? What happened here? What do you mean? I just said that was so good. Don't stop. And you changed what you were doing. And I said to Michael, do you know why you did that? And he said, no. He said, maybe I wanted to like impress you more. Maybe I wanted to do something. And I said, you're not the only man that's ever done that. When I say don't stop, they move on to something else. So we invented something.
Yep.
We invented, on your computer, you have the back button to go back to another website. Like you were at one website, but then you go back. So we invented the back button. I say to him, back button. And that means go back to what you were, go back to what you were just doing a little bit before what you're doing now. Like that was better than this is. So
And it works.
It works. I just go back button or
And
he
just
said,
take it personally, because some guys will take it personally. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not doing it right. It's like, no, dude, just chill out and just do that. Great.
I think I figured out. I figured out the psychopathy of why men do that. If I can use that term. It's so weird. It's almost like she's like, oh, that's so good. Yeah, don't stop. That's so good. And then in my mind, I think you think that's good. Wait till I do this. And she's like, wait a minute.
what just happened?
Are we not speaking English together? Is something what?
I said I thought I was speaking
What did you
English.
not understand about that was good? Like, but in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah.
I'm gonna show
No.
you.
It's bullshit. It's
No,
all
just
bullshit.
do
That's
what I
ego.
said to do. Like,
That's
just
straight up
do
ego.
that. Just stay doing that. Anyway, we invented that back button and things got much better after that.
Yeah, I highly recommend the back button. That one was free. Y'all can have that one for free.
Anyway,
Oh my
yeah, what you said is so good. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Whoever's listening today to us, to all three of us, and whoever catches the replays of this
Right.
is going to get or has gotten such a gorgeous download. Like, it's like, I don't know if you believe in God or you don't believe in God. I'm not such a big believer, but like God was just speaking to you. I'm just going to say that. You just got a download that, like, David put it in such beautiful terms and such an easy way to get it. Like, to stop focusing on yourself,
Yeah.
to start, focus on yourself for growth, and then get to some growth, and then share it. Share yourself with somebody and focus on them. So good.
was
So
so good,
beautiful. Really gorgeous.
Well,
So,
that's all because life is meant to be like a field of flowers, heavenly showers of love, dancing in the wind for hours as the powers above motion me to move within, metals akin to a spectrum of light, a reflection of diversity in colors and heights, like the sun in blue skies, shining ever so bright, a radiance to behold and receive in sight, flowing nectars of life, butterflies in delight, sucking sweetness from stems and spreading pollen alike, roots hugging the earth, earth loving the roots. As the soil life brings life to every shoot, another flower is born. Let that flower be you and bloom into your beauty and begin anew.
oh, so
That was
good.
beautiful.
That was a gift.
Wow.
We have to go in a minute. So
Yeah.
that was like the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake.
And a cherry on top of that.
That was so good, Deva. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
You can't wait to see you all soon.
I
adore
know.
you.
We love you. We miss you. Well, we are. So just so you know, at the end of the year, we're coming to Mexico, like in November, and we have 3 workshops, and then we're going to be traveling around looking for where we might want to locate ourselves. So we are coming to you.
Mexico.
We're coming to you. We're going to Cancun, to Cabo, to Mazunte. We're going around, like we are looking. So, yeah. So expect us. We will spend quality time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I really hope that we can do the ISTA training with you and at our place as well in Muzunte. Excited for that this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be coming back a month later, which is awesome.
And we'll let everybody know, when that's happening. Again, in 2 weeks, we're going to be moving from the Twitch platform over to YouTube, and we'll be stationing at YouTube from now on. So we will still have our live stream for lovers every Friday, same time. It'll just be at a different location. And there's nothing for you to have to do to change. All you've got to do is put into your browser, extraordinaryloverstv.com, and you'll find us. It'll be pointing at our YouTube channel. We thank you so much for being with us, Deva, so much. Really, you are such a treasure to us. We adore you. We look forward to being with you in person again really soon. And for the rest of you, I want to say thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate you. Thank you for all your comments, for your questions, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Again, right here, all you need to do is go to extraordinaryloverstv.com. Also, this also gets posted on our YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube, just look up Extraordinary Lovers TV. You'll find our channel there, and you'll be able to watch the replay here in the next few hours. So again, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again soon. We really appreciate you. We give you love fingers, our little spirit fingers of love.
And hearts.
And hearts. And we say one more thing. Go into life, and as you do, be extraordinary.
Pleasure is your birthright. Bye.
Hello, and thank you for watching. If you like what you see, join us on our live stream for lovers every Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/extraordinaryloverstv. And for clips like this or replays of all of our past shows, you can visit our YouTube channel, Extraordinary Lovers TV. Mash the subscribe button and click the bell to be notified when we upload new videos. And finally, we'd love to have you join our community of extraordinary lovers on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Come explore the many aspects of love with us. You'll find links in the description below. Until next time, be extraordinary.